Personal reflection is a lot like cleaning your house. Everybody does it. Some people are good at it. They're meticulous. They spend their time not only doing the wash and the dishes and the laundry, but they're those people that also dust their ceilings and scrub their baseboards. They really dig in deep to have a sparkling, clean house. On the other hand, there are people who are surface cleaners only. Their house is kept just enough to keep the rest of the world from asking questions. But when you really look, their baseboards have a lot of dust. Like cleaning, self-reflection invokes some call to action, as you can see. Whether it's something big or small, it causes you to start picking things up. It could be a conversation that you had with a friend, a look someone gave you in passing, or maybe even an argument that you had with one of your children. It's a quick reflection that encourages you to do a quick surface clean. You react to how the words made you feel, how that gentle smile made you smile back. Maybe you don't even realize that you're doing it. But the fact of the matter is these are small reflections. They're reactions to the world around you. So where does the journey of personal reflection begin and where does it end? Well, the journey begins when you become part of this existence, and it never does end. It's the path that changes. It's the people you meet along the way. For me, there is that definitive event that occurred that changed my path completely, changed my trajectory forever, changed the person I was all the way down to the core. For me, that definitive change in paths occurred when my sister passed away. Now, the path that I was on wasn't a bad one by any means, but maybe looking back, I realize now that I might have been doing just enough surface cleaning to keep my head above water. Rewind 10 years. I was young. I was exhausted. I had a growing family. At 31 years of age, I had just given birth to our fourth child, Olivia. She was 5 weeks old when I got the call, the event, the sonic boom that changes everything forever. I learned that my sister was dead. She was gone. She had died by suicide. I knew my sister struggled with depression, but I never in a million years thought that this would be the outcome. For the days and the weeks and the months that passed after that, I constantly sat alone in the darkness with my newborn baby girl, nursing her and being close and contemplating over and over and over again the who, what, when, where, why, and how, everything that had just occurred. And I did this for 13 months straight. Eventually, I had to take out the bucket and the scrub brush, and I had to begin to deep clean. My thought was, now that I'm on this path, how am I going to move forward? How am I going to use this to help me help others? How am I going to grow when I was already doing everything that I had previously thought was right? The one thing I was certain of is that I couldn't give up. I had real human lives depending upon me. I could not go backwards. I had to move forwards. Next, I had to tackle how I was going to take care of myself mentally. I'm the type of person who needs to move through things. It's kind of like playing bocce. You toss the little ball in the air, and then you spend the whole rest of your turn trying to make all the other balls land near it. I began doing this with athletic competitions. It was a clear and concise goal. Once I reached my goal, I picked up that little Polino, tossed it in the air, and kept going. This change was everything to me. It kept me focused and moving forward. Now, don't get me wrong, there were times where I would sit in my basement on my elliptical machine training and I would sob for a full hour straight. But that was me feeling my feelings. That was me moving through and reflecting and still staying positive. The deep clean continued into other avenues of my life as well. I learned that I couldn't just simply change everything, but I could clean the things that felt tarnished and make them a part of my life. I had lost a piece of me that was never magically going to come back. I had to move forward. In the same breath, I did not want my sister's legacy to die. I did not want her final moments to define the life and the love that she had and the people that she had left behind. From this way of thinking, a beautiful gift was born, Meg's gift. My family and I began a not-for-profit organization called Meg's Gift. Our mission is to help educate, advocate, and fundraise for mental health and wellness in our community. Through our work, we have touched so many lives. We have been connected to so many unique organizations. We have found fulfillment in being even a small part of bringing mental health to the forefront. What was once a taboo topic now has a relevant seat at the table. Through the many walks and talks and fundraising events that we have either organized or attended, we've been able to help raise funds for educational programs for our youth and people who struggle. In just under 10 years, we've been able to raise and donate almost $500,000 back to the Rochester community. This gift for us is twofold. First, it has allowed us to show our children the importance of philanthropy and their place as part of a community. Second, it has permitted us as a family to see how our own self-awareness can cause a ripple in the pond far larger than we ever imagined possible. I can look now with more clarity to see that our grief and our pain has brought about peace and beauty to others. As the smoke continues to clear after this tragedy that occurred in my life, I can see the world with more precision because it has forced me to continue to deep clean. I am no longer the person that I once was. Mentally, I've learned a lot about myself. My father used to say to us growing up, you gotta look out for number one. And those words really resonate with my new self. I do have to take care of number one. I cannot pour from an empty pitcher. My mental health matters. My soul searching is necessary so I can continue to move forward and stay positive. As a mother, I try to be more present. I try not to take the time I have with my children for granted. I try not to project my own fears onto my children. Professionally, I've allowed myself to be okay with not being what I went to college for. I can change paths in my career as well so that I can continue to feel fulfilled. And I can do more than just one thing. 10 years ago, I was a woman who saw the world in mostly black and white. And I have since learned that there can also be a lot of gray. And within this gray lives a lot of strength and beauty. There are people with unique skills and talents and ideas that are new and exciting. 10 years ago, when I looked into the mirror, I saw a singular person looking back at me. She was sad. She was tired. She had 4 kids and a job and was doing just enough to keep her house surface cleaned. When I look in the mirror today, I see so much more than just one woman looking back at me. I see an entire community of people surrounding me. I see a woman who may have lost a huge piece of herself, but gained so much more along the way. She is strong. She is empowered. She now has 5 children, a wonderful husband. She has grown. She has grown professionally. She is a mortgage broker and a real estate agent and a mother. But she is now physically and mentally strong. Bless you. She runs a not-for-profit organization with her family, and she helps others. She's earned her certification in personal training and coaches boxing because she knows now that she must take time for number 1. She can carry her grief and still move forward because her reflection is no longer just her. It is so much more. Ultimately, we all want to have a clean house. However, closing yourself off and living in a completely sterile environment is no way to live. Sometimes, learning to live with some of the dirt is what makes our house a home, and you part of your community. Learning that your own self-reflection can impact the world around you is a beautiful thing.